Okay, Sistas fans. Now, I just did a video where I talked about pseudocyesis, which is the psychological condition when a person feels that they are pregnant, they have some symptoms, but they are not physically pregnant. And I pretty much, debunked the whole, oh, Karen's faking her pregnancy thing. Now, in the event that we actually get to the point where Karen has this kid, which is, look, I'm not even going to try to calculate the time, but if I were to just guess, I would say is 7.5 months from now, aka however long it takes to get there in the show itself. Look, either she's going to have this baby. I mean, there's only two ways it can go down. There's either going to be a freaking time skip, or she will have a miscarriage or something, because I honestly do not see this show lasting long enough to cover the span of 7-8 months without a time skip. But that's just me. So in any case, I feel like even though she isn't faking the pregnancy, my thing is, how long does Cameron feel like she can fake these test results? Because the fact that Fatima verbally, just said what was on the paper, because we ourselves have not seen the paper as an audience. I mean, we've seen the paper, but we haven't seen what's on the paper. She pretty much said, yeah, it says that Aaron isn't the father, but that doesn't mean it's Zach's baby, because one, the DNA from him was never provided for the test, and two, we don't know if there was any other men that, Karen was messing around with within that small window of time. So it just seems ignorant to automatically assume that, hey, Zach is the daddy. And I wholeheartedly agree with that. So my thing is this: when the baby comes and there's a DNA, because Fatima's already said it multiple times, when that baby's here, we're taking a DNA test. My thing is this: what is Karen going to do then? Because Zach providing his DNA, which honestly, I wish he would have done that by now, willingly. And I mean, like, not in a Karen, give it to Karen, then she gives it. No. I'm going to the doctor with you. I'm going to provide my DNA on the spot. We're going to get this test done, and we're going to find out right now. Simple and, as Ice Cube say in his movie, simple and plain. Because I know I've made this comparison a long time ago, but if you've ever watched the movie Mamma Mia, which I watched it one time, at the end of the movie, spoiler alert for a movie that is like 15 years old at this point, but what is it? The girl named Sophie invites the three potential fathers of hers to her wedding because her mom, yeah. She grew up never knowing her father, and her mom, based off of reading her mom's journal, found out there were three men that she had sex with within a very close window of time, and it could be either, any one of those three that, could be her father. And then at the end of the film, because they spend the whole movie, oh, who's the daddy? Who's daddy? And then at the end, they're like, look, we've all talked and agreed. We'll just get a DNA test and find out. And then Sophie's like, no. I got to know all of you in such a short amount of time, and I love you all. So they agree to be 1/3 fathers as opposed to taking the damn test and just getting the answers. And yes, there was a second film that honestly I thought was alright, but don't believe they got a test in that one either. And it's like, why is there so much running around over this stupid thing? Why don't you just get the test and then get the answer? I mean, in musicals, it makes sense because it's a musical, so you got to have the story last for as long as it can to sing as many songs as possible. But in this show, let me put it this way. The only way I could see Zach going, you know what, we're going to do this right now. I'm going to the hospital with you to provide DNA, yada, yada, yada. The only way I see that happening is if Fatima says, hey, we can get married right now, but you better get those results first. I mean, heck, I even think she said that when she was talking about being DD'd or dick deprived. You know what? I'm not ready to get married until, we straighten all this baby mama stuff out, until you talk to Karen and whatnot. So I feel like even if that doesn't happen and we get to the point where the baby's born and they're in the hospital, what does Karen plan to do? I mean, will she try to undermine the doctors behind Fatima and Zach is back to say, show the results, he's the father. No, the doctors are going to show the damn test results. And when it comes up that Zach isn't the father, what are you going to do then? She just start cackling from her hospital bed, revealing like, you know what? You ruined my life, Zach. So yeah, over the past 8 months, I decided to ruin yours too. I knew it wasn't your baby. All those tests and all that stuff that I kept throwing in your face. Oh yeah, that envelope I threw at you in my apartment, it was blank. And it's just, I mean, she is just wicked and twisted enough to pull this kind of crap. I could definitely see Karen doing something like this. But at the end of the day, it's just stupid. Because Fatima is going to be watching those doctors like a hawk. No doubt in my mind when it's revealed that her water has broken and she's in the hospital. Oh, crap. I already know what people are going to be saying. I'll save that for another video. But, yeah, Fatima's going to make sure those results add up. And it's like, they're all going to be standing in the room. And you know Aaron's probably going to pop up out of nowhere either, because this is Aaron we're talking about here. And then the results be revealed, and then Zach isn't the father. So my thing is this: we know in season 7 she's like frantically going to be at the doctor, nervous about the results of a DNA test, which again makes no sense, because why would you even be worried about a DNA test if you're so sure that Zach is the father? The paperwork claims Aaron isn't the pappy, and you claim that you weren't messing around with anybody other than Zach and Aaron. So yeah, there's definitely a third player in the game. Well, I mean, not necessarily. It doesn't necessarily have to be a third person. It could just be Aaron's baby, but Karen is doing everything within her power to change it. You know, I'm manifesting it's going to be Zach's baby, even when the damn paperwork in front of you says that it is not his. And then when it comes to the Aaron thing, yeah, she could have easily doctored the paperwork. Seriously. I mean, we live in a day and age where AI can have, what was that video from several months ago where it was like Barack Obama giving the speech, but it wasn't Obama at all. And then the person revealed like, oh, you thought that was former President Barack Obama? No, it was actually just AI. And then, you know, I added some dialogue to it and boom. So, I mean, that's just how it is. But yeah, if this isn't Zach's baby, which again, if you go all the way back to that doctor's appointment, the one where Andy and Danny were there too, and then the doctor came in and gave her the date of conception, and then Karen looked, you know, very shocked by the answer she got, that should let her know right then, and us as an audience, Zach is not the daddy. Because if it was, you could not shut this woman up, because she would be just posted outside of the house like Steve Urkel. What was that one episode of Family Matters where this fool gets on the roof of the Winslow household and says he's not coming down unless Laura goes on a date with him, even when it was snowing, and then his ass fell down and ended up in the hospital. So I feel like that would be Karen. She would be, you know, she would pull a Kanye and have a tent in the dang lawn across the street from the house and just talk about how that's my baby daddy up in here. That's my baby daddy across the street. Yeah, Karen lying, y'all. But the lie is not going to last when those test results come back. Enough said. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. She's demented. Like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next video.